basically just, this is going to be a nice gentle stretch, a bit of a core workout, nothing too strenuous, but trying to push yourself just a little bit extra but not going too far is the goal. So yeah, we'll get started, and we will start seated on our mats, either in easy pose, half lotus, full lotus, whatever is comfortable for you. And we're just going to take a couple breaths here, sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down and away from the ears, and your hands just gently resting on your knees. Taking some nice deep breaths in through our nose and out through our nose. Trying to make the length of the inhale match the length of the exhale. So we're going to inhale for around 4 to 5 seconds. And then exhaling for the same amount of time. Just focusing on your breath, on your posture. Letting go of any thoughts that do not serve you. All this chaos in the world going on, just letting all of that float to the side for now. Just focusing on the very present, how your body feels, how your mind feels. And we're going to take our right hand up to the sky, placing it on our head, and just gently guiding the head down to the right shoulder, reaching with the left. So just taking a nice, gentle neck stretch here. Remembering to breathe through all the postures. Releasing that head, and we're going to grab with the left hand, guiding it over to the left, reaching with the right. Feeling a nice stretch down your neck. Wonderful. And releasing the head, we're just going to do a few release first to get started. So just rolling your wrists and then switching the directions, bringing some movement and work. And then we're just going to take our right hand and point it down so the palm of our hand is facing us. Holding it down, sitting it nice and tall. And then we're going to flip the hand up so the palm of the hand goes to the front of the room. And then switching hands, so pointing the hand down. And flipping it up. Wonderful. Give yourself a bit of a shake. And you're going to do a seated sun salutation. So inhaling your arms up, shoulders down and away from ears. We're going to exhale over to the right, reaching. And then inhaling back up, bringing both arms up back to center, and exhaling over to the other side. Inhaling back up, and we're going to exhale over to the right again. This time rotating our chest towards the ceiling, feeling a slight twist, and then rotating our chest towards the ground. Inhaling back up, and exhaling over to the other side. Rotating our chest towards the ceiling, and then rotating it towards the floor. Inhaling back up, and this time on the exhale, we're going to twist over to the right, using your knees for a bit of help. Sitting up nice and tall. Coming back through center, inhaling arms up, and exhaling over to left. This This time on the inhale, coming through and grabbing your hands behind, pushing your chest forward. Feeling a nice chest opener here. And then exhaling, releasing your shoulders and letting your back curve, bringing your nose to the floor. Beautiful. And slowly coming up, we're going to bring the soles of our feet together, coming into a butterfly pose. So the closer your feet are to your pelvis, the harder this will be. So just adjusting accordingly. And we're going to hinge at our hips and guide our chest towards our feet. So a nice long back, pulling forward, guiding your chest towards the earth. If you're able to release your hands to the earth, nice flat back still. And then over time, you can let your back relax a little bit more, let it curve a tiny bit, and let your head become heavy. Taking a few breaths here, really guiding that chest towards the feet. And slowly bringing your chest back up. And we're going to extend our legs out in front of us. And we're going to do the same thing but with extended legs. So hinging at the hips, guiding your chest towards your knees, walking your hands out and just feeling that little bit of a stretch through your hamstrings. Nice flat back. And once you are comfortable here, you can let your back relax a little bit more and let your head become a bit heavy. Remembering to breathe. Taking 3 more breaths here. And when you are done your 3rd breath, slowly peeling your spine up and kicking your legs to the side for deer pose. So taking your right leg and having that foot resting on the left thigh. And this is a bit of a hip opener. So we're going to walk our hands out towards that front leg near the right thigh and let your chest come and rest on that leg. Let it melt closer to the earth. So this is a similar pose to Pigeon, just a little bit less intense. We're going to take 4 breaths here. With every exhale, feeling your upper body melt closer to the earth. When you are done with 4 breaths, we're slowly going to walk our hands up and just rotate towards that other hip. And then coming back through center, we're going to swing our legs to the other side. So our left foot is resting on our right thigh. So same thing on this side, we're just going to walk our hands out, letting your chest fall to your knee. Taking some nice deep breaths here with every exhale, feeling your chest get heavier. And taking 4 deep, thoughtful breaths here. When you have completed those breaths, slowly bringing yourself up and rotating towards that other side again. boat pose. So that's where you balance on your sit bones, engaging your core, and you come up to the V pose. So we're going to get ready to do this now. So finding your sit bones sitting up nice and tall, and we're just going to pick up our feet. You can have your legs bent, just making sure you're engaging that core. And if you'd like to try to straighten the legs or bring in the balance aspect by bringing up your hands. And then releasing this pose and giving yourself a nice big hug of the knees. Getting ready to do boat pose one more time. So setting yourself up, placing your hands, engaging the core and lifting up. Then once again, if you'd like to challenge yourself a bit by bringing up the hands or straightening the legs. And we're going to hold for 3 breaths here. And when you're ready, lowering the toes and giving yourself a nice big hug. Really letting your shoulders curve, your back curve, feeling that opposite movement here. Wonderful. So we're going to now come onto our hands and knees in tabletop. So we're going to have our hands shoulder width apart, our knees hip width apart. And we're going to do a few cat-cows to start. So dropping the belly, shoulders down and away from ears, coming into cow pose. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, and on the exhale, send our spine to the sky for cat. Inhaling and dropping the belly to cow, shoulders down and away from ears. And then exhaling up into cat. So just continuing a few more of these at your own pace with your own breath. And when you feel you have completed those, we're going to get ready to come into tiger pose. So getting back into your nice strong tabletop, we're going to send our right hand up and our left leg back. So it's a bit of a balance pose here. If you'd like to tuck that toe for a bit more stability, that is an option. So coming up into tiger pose, holding a nice strong body. And we're going to take a nice deep breath in, and on the exhale, we're going to curve our spine up, bringing in our knee and elbow, and then releasing back. Tucking in, sending that spine up, and then releasing out, holding for a few breaths. We're going to tuck in one more time, and then release out and hold for 4 breaths. If you'd like to find the bind by bending that back leg and grabbing a hold of the foot and pulling up, that is an option, but do not push yourself if that's not accessible for you. And then releasing back down into tiger, and releasing down into tabletop. So we're going to get ready to do this on the other side, sending your left arm up, right foot back, tucking that toe if you need a bit more stability. And we're going to take a nice deep breath in, and exhale, sending our spine up, tucking in, and coming out. Once again, tucking in, curving the spine up, and releasing out, holding for a few breaths here. going to do one more tuck, bringing the knee and elbow in, spine up, and then releasing back to tiger pose, holding for 2 breaths. And then if you'd like to find that bind again by grabbing that back foot and pulling up, that is an option. But then releasing back to tiger and taking a breath here and releasing down. Wonderful. So now we're going to thread the needle for a bit of a twist here. So sending that right arm up to the sky, opening up your chest, and then we're going to weave the right arm under, dropping that right shoulder. So if you need a little bit of support under that shoulder, you can place a blanket or anything there. But just trying to get that shoulder planted. And then you can take the free arm and place it on your lower back if you'd like a deeper twist. So it's going to look like this from the other side. And we're going to hold, thread the needle for 4 breaths. And once you have completed those 4 breaths, you can release that free hand, placing it back down, using your arm to help unravel, and come back up to tabletop. So now we're going to do the other side. So taking the left arm up, opening up, and then weaving it under, dropping that left shoulder onto the mat, and feeling that nice twist through the spine. So you can take that free hand and place it on your lower back if you'd like, for a bit of an extra twist. Taking 4 breaths here. And when you have completed those 4 breaths, releasing that hand, helping yourself out of this pose, we're going to open up our knees as wide as the mat and lower back into child's pose, just for a few breaths. So releasing your chest towards the earth, letting your third eye rest on the mat, and just letting your body completely relax here. When you have taken a few restful breaths, we're slowly going to find our way onto our knees. So coming on to our knees, we're going to tuck our toes and then sit back on the tucked toes. So this may not look like much, but it is actually a very intense stretch through the feet, especially if you're a skater or wear heels or anything like that. This can be very intense. So just taking a breath here, maybe massaging your feet a little bit if you'd like. Sitting up nice and tall. And then we're going to release our hands forward and tap out the toes, bringing some warmth back to them, tucking them again, and sitting back one more time. Sitting up nice and tall. Taking 3 more breaths here, pushing through the pain. And then when you have completed those breaths, coming back down and tapping out the toes. So keeping them flat, we're going to sit back now with the flat feet, so it's a lot more comfortable. And we're going to stretch out our ankles. So don't do this stretch if you have any knee or ankle injuries, and just take it as far as you can. So we're just going to lift up our right knee off the ground and feeling that stretch through the front of our leg, and then lowering it down. We're going to now lift the other leg, feeling the nice stretch through the front, and then lower. So you can repeat with lifting alternative legs, or you can try lifting both at once for a nice deep stretch. Also, you can make this into a balanced pose, but it does put a lot more pressure on the feet. And just taking a few breaths here. Wonderful, and we're going to lower the knees, come onto our hands and tap out those toes one more time. Bring some warmth and movement. And now we're going to find our tabletop, and we're going to tuck our toes and send our bums to the sky for down dog. Walking out the heels, looking at the front of our mat, we're going to jump or step both feet to the front, coming into a forward fold. Slowly rolling your spine up vertebrae by vertebrae and releasing the shoulders down. So now we're just going to do a few breathing exercises while standing. So we're going to inhale our arms up and exhale the hands down through center. So you want to make sure you are nice and comfortable here. The knees are nice and soft. Your feet are about hip width apart. Inhaling arms up and exhaling down through center. One more inhale, arms up, palms together. And this time on the exhale, we're gently going to let our bodies lean to the right. All in the upper body. Inhaling back up and exhale over to the left. Keeping your hips nice and stable and coming back up, exhaling down through center. Wonderful. We're going to inhale our arms up and exhale to a swan dive. So coming into a forward fold, and from here we're going to grab opposite elbows and hang out in ragdoll for a few breaths. So your head is heavy, all your body weight is going towards your upper body. You're slowly feeling your forearms inch closer to your toes. And just taking a few breaths here. Releasing the hands to the earth. We're going to plant them nice and firmly and step back into plank. A nice strong plank. Then we're going to lower our knees if you would like. If not, you can keep it into the nice strong plank. And then we're just going to shift our body weight over, tucking our elbows and lowering down. From here, we're going to practice a few cobras. So without the use of our hands, we're going to engage our glutes and core and lift our chest off the mat. As high as we can, and then lower. Trying to come up again, lifting through the back, all through the back muscles, and then releasing again. This time we're going to do it one more time, lifting up, releasing the hands this time, and pushing up a little bit higher. Only to what is comfortable for you. And then lowering back down. We're going to use our knees here to help push back up into tabletop. And then from tabletop, we're going to step into plank. And from plank, we're going to send our bum to the sky for down dog. Walking out the heels. And now we're going to find our way into pigeon pose. So bringing your right leg up to the sky, and then bringing it through and opening opening up that hip. So with pigeon pose, the more parallel your foot is to the mat, the harder it will be. The closer you tuck it into your body, it'll be a bit more easier. So if you're having trouble with keeping balanced here, you can place a blanket or a block under your bum to try to keep a bit more centered. So from here, we're just going to lower our upper bodies down, coming onto our forearms. And then if you'd like to come into full sweeping pigeon and try to lower your entire chest, that is an option. So we're going to take a few breaths here. Really try to let your body relax into this posture. Sending all your breath to the hip that needs it the most here. Letting every exhale just deepen your stretch a little bit more. If pigeon pose is not working for you, you can come into figure 4 stretch on your back, or you can attempt this with the use of a wall, which makes it a little bit easier. We're going to take 5 more breaths here. Nice, deep, slow breaths. With every exhale, feeling your hips get closer to the earth. Slowly helping your body up. And from here, we're just going to push our chest forward a bit, feeling an extra little stretch here. If you'd like to come into full King Cobra, bending up that back leg and grabbing a hold of it. It does make it much more intense though, so just going as far as you can. Tucking that back toe, placing the hands, we're going to send our hips up to the sky for downward dog again. Walking up the heels. And we're going to come into pigeon on the other side, sending your left leg up to the sky and bringing it through. Once again, the more parallel your leg is to the front of the mat, the harder this will be. If you curve it in a bit and bring it closer to your body, it'll be a lot easier. So slowly bringing your upper body down to the earth. And letting your body completely relax here. Nice deep breaths, every exhale making your body heavier, sinking deeper into the mat. And we're going to take 5 deep, slow breaths here. When you have completed all 5 of your breaths, slowly bringing your upper body back up pushing your chest forward a bit to get that deeper stretch. And once again, if you'd like to come into Pigeon, grabbing a hold of that back leg, sitting up nice and tall, keeping your body nice and square. And then releasing that foot back, tucking the toe. We're going to push back into child's pose. So pushing up, dropping that knee, opening up the hips and letting your body fall back. Taking some nice deep breaths here. Feeling the difference between your hips. Noticing how they feel after such an intense stretch. And slowly coming out of child's pose back up to tabletop. So we're now going to find ourselves into plank, and from plank send your bum to the sky for down dog. Walking up the heels again, we're going to bring our right foot in between our hands, coming up to a nice low lunge. And then from here, we're going to open up sideways to warrior two. So your right foot is forward and you're a nice strong warrior two. So your hips are open to the side, and we're going to release that front arm down and bring that arm up for a nice long stretch. Wonderful. And coming back up, we're going to bring our hands to heart center and twist over towards that front leg. And then coming back. Wonderful. Releasing that right hand down, if you can, to the mat, and bringing your arm up. Engaging the muscles coming back up to warrior two. We're going to rotate back to our lunge, tucking that back foot, dropping the knee, and letting that front leg straighten out for a nice stretch. And then we're going to release that foot so it's flat on the mat. And we're going to come into 90 degree angles. Making sure that that knee doesn't go over the toe, we're going to lean into this lunge. So pushing through the hips. And if that knee goes over the toe, just walking that foot out a little bit more. Feeling the nice stretch through here. And sitting up nice and tall. Releasing your hands to either side of your foot, we're going to tuck that back toe, coming up to our nice strong lunge, and then step back into plank. From plank, sending your bum to the sky, downward dog, and then bringing the left foot through in between both hands, coming to a nice strong low lunge. Opening up that back foot, we're going to come up to warrior two. Nice strong pose. And we're going to bend that front arm, resting it on the front knee and reaching up. Bringing your body up, hands to heart center. We're going to rotate over to that knee. And then coming back through center. Wonderful. Releasing that hand down and bringing the other arm up. Engaging your muscles, coming back up to warrior two. Rotating over this way, dropping the hands, and now coming to a nice lunge. Dropping that back knee, releasing the foot, and stretching out that front leg. Bringing that foot back to the mat, we're going to come into 90-degree angles on both legs. Hands on hips, and lean into the stretch. And then releasing the hands back down, tucking the toe, and stepping back to plank. We're going to hold plank for a breath or two here. And then we're going to lower our bodies down and take a breath on our tummies for a bit. So just getting comfortable, maybe using your hands as a pillow and just taking a breath. So we're going to come onto our forearms, coming into Sphinx pose. So grabbing a hold of opposite elbows here and walking the elbows in. And once you have shoulder width from this, we're going to place our hands out in front of us so our back is nice and strong. I see a lot of this when it comes to Sphinx pose, and it's not really doing much for your back. So you want to have your arms tucked in, shoulder width apart, and placed out in front of you. Your legs are internally rotated, glutes engaged, and we're going to take a few breaths here. Shoulders are down and away from the ears, and you're engaging all the muscles through your back. This looks like such a simple pose, but it's very engaging. Taking 3 more breaths here. And then releasing back down, creating a pillow with your arms. And taking 2 breaths here before we come into Superman pose. So we already practiced the upper body part of this, how we used our upper body without our hands. So now we're going to try this with the lower half of our body, so engaging the glutes and lifting from the hips. So all in the leg muscles. And once you have that done well, we can actually bring both of the movements together. So engaging the chest and core and lifting up from here. So both our hands aren't touching and our feet. And then lowering back down. We're going to do this one more time, and there is a bind here if you'd like to try making this a little bit trickier, only doing so if it's accessible to you. So engaging all those muscles, lifting up, either staying here or you can bend those back legs, grabbing a hold of your ankles, squeezing the knees together, and lifting up. Releasing down and taking a breath. Letting go of those legs, letting them fall down, and just taking a breath on your tummy one more time. Using your hands, we're going to help ourselves up and find our way onto our backs. So now that we are on our backs, we're going to do bridge pose. So our feet are hip width apart, and we're going to place our hands down beside us, palms facing downwards. Engaging your core and glutes, we're going to lift our hips off the mat, tucking our shoulders beneath us. So if it helps to grab a hold of your hands. And really sending those hips up, tucking the shoulders, and taking a few breaths here. You want to feel as if you're holding a block between your knees, so your legs don't splay out like that. You want them nice and engaged. And slowly releasing this pose, letting your hips fall, and bringing your knees to your chest. And releasing them back down. Getting ready to do bridge one more time. Engaging all those muscles and lifting up, tucking the shoulders. You can walk your feet in a little bit closer if you'd like.
That was the camera, not Maggie. She's fine.
Just taking a few breaths here. Sending the hips higher if you can. And then slowly releasing vertebrae by vertebrae and bringing your knees to your chest. Rocking back and forth. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in, and on the exhale we're going to peel our shoulders off the mat, coming into a nice tight ball. And then releasing vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming back down, coming back to your nice little rock. And from here, we're just going to send our legs to the sky. So nice and relaxed. You don't need them completely locked. You can have them nice and gentle. And just taking a few breaths here. And then we're going to find our way into happy baby. So bending the knees and grabbing a hold of the outside of the feet and pulling them down. So you want to feel as if you're pulling your femur into your hip socket. Your feet are facing the ceiling. And if you can't grab your feet, you can grab your ankles, your knees, whatever is comfortable for you. And we're going to hang out in happy baby for a few breaths. You can rock your baby back and forth if it makes it a bit more comfortable. We're just going to now play with our baby a bit, so straightening one leg, bending in the other, switching sides, just having some fun with this, bringing some movement to your hips and knees. And then coming back up to happy baby. Taking 2 more breaths here. And when you completed those breaths, bringing in your feet and letting them rest just wherever they found themselves. And then we're going to just release our legs down to the ground, bringing our arms up above our head and just lengthening our body. And now taking the next couple minutes to add in any movements that we didn't do already. So anything from a twist back to happy baby, whatever it may be, just bringing in a little bit of extra movement that your body's craving right now. Whatever that may be, there's always a part of the body that the yoga teacher may have missed, or a pose that you wish they would have done. So just taking this time for yourself. A lot of people choose to come into a shoulder stand or plow. If that's in your practice here, it is the perfect time to throw it in. And when you feel you have worked out your entire body feels stretched, we can find our way into Shavasana. So that's just coming into corpse pose, lying on your back. If you'd like a blanket or your sweater or socks or anything at this time, you You can get all cozy and comfy for your final meditation. So just getting comfortable, lying on your back. You can have your legs extended, soles together, or knees bent, whatever is comfortable for you. And just feeling your flat spine on the mat. Feeling the rise and the fall of your chest with every inhale and every exhale. Coming back to that deep breath, if you haven't already, trying to match the length of the inhale with the length of the exhale. Just really focusing on your breath here. Once again, letting go of any thoughts that do not serve you in this very moment. Forgetting about the chaos around the world right now. And just focusing on you, your practice, and how you feel personally. So we're just going to do a quick little body scan here. So lying down comfortably. I'm just slowly going to bring awareness to the different parts of your body. So starting at your toes, we're going to clench our toes. Bring all the pressure to the muscles in our toes and our legs up to our knees. All the muscles in our lower legs are engaged. Thank them for getting you to where you need to go. And let your feet and legs completely relax. We're now going to engage our feet all the way up to our glutes and our bums. So engaging all those muscles all the way to our hips. Once again, thanking your legs for getting you to where you need to go, your ability to run and climb. And then we're going to let our legs completely relax. Let your feet fall to either side. And now we're going to come to our tummy, our torso, engaging our glutes and our core, engaging all the muscles up through our chest. Thank your torso for protecting all your vital organs and making life possible. And let your torso completely relax. We're now going to clench our fists and get our arms all tensed up, engaging all the muscles up to our shoulders, bringing our shoulders to our ears. And thank your hands and your arms for all of their ability to write, to climb, hug, whatever it may be. Thank your hands and your arms and let them completely relax. So now we're coming to our face, and we're going to make the silliest face we can, the most sour face we can. Clenching our eyes together, clenching our jaw, pursing our lips, whatever it may be, bringing our shoulders up to our ears, making the silliest face we can. And thank your face for all of its uniqueness. Thank your senses. Being able to hear, smell, taste, see, smile, and let your face completely relax. So from head to toe, shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip, your body is completely relaxed. Taking the next couple of minutes to reflect Maybe even practice a bit of gratitude here. What are you thankful for? And then we're going to find our way onto our right side for a few breaths. Just taking a few breaths in a little bit of a fetal position here. And when you are ready, you can slowly bring your body up to seated, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to gently close our eyes and bring our hands to heart center. A big smile on our face. The divine light in me honors and bows to the divine light in you. Namaste. And thank you for joining my class today.
That was awesome.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
That was so awesome. I gotta flip this around somehow. Hey, I'm like, yeah, God, I gotta keep filming, but it's so relaxing. Anyway, that was a really, really great class, Maggie. Thank you. And I hope you'll come back and do that for us again, because that was like, I think that's exactly what everybody needed today. So stay strong, stay safe, social distancing, physical distancing. But man, oh man, these devices are awesome for keeping in touch. I love the jokes. I love the comments. And you know what? That was so great. I think Maggie should come here every day. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.